Querying a CSV file. Does anyone know of a simple tool that will open up a CSV file and let you do basic SQL queries on it? Like a graphical tool of sorts, one that is easy to use. I know I could write a small script to do an import of the CSV into a SQLite database, but since I imagined someone else thought of this before me, I just wanted to inquire if one existed. What's prompting this question is I am getting frustrated with Excel's limited filtering capabilities. Perhaps some other data visualization manipulation tool would provide similar functionality. Free or OSS is preferred, but I'm open to any suggestions. Edit. I really would prefer some clear tutorials on how to do the below instead of just make your sheet an ODBC entry or write programs using ODBC files, or more ideas on apps to use. Note, I cannot use MS Access. Yet another edit. I'm still open for solutions using SQLite. My platform is a semi-ancient Win 2K laptop with AP4 on it. It's quite slow, so a resource-light solution is ideal and would likely get the win.
I think OpenOffice.org database can do what you want. It works like this. Start OpenOffice.org database, it shows the database wizard. Select Connect to an existing database, text. Specify path to text files as well as details like separator character, etc. Create and execute queries. If you have ever worked with Microsoft Access, you will find the GUI familiar. If you can do without a GUI, there are always the traditional Unix commands. I use them a lot to do simple queries to small CSV files. Here is how it works.
Have you tried Log Parser? Log Parser is a powerful, versatile tool that provides universal query access to text-based data such as log files, XML files, and CSV files, as well as key data sources on the Windows operating system such as the event log, the registry, the file system, and Active Directory. You tell Log Parser what information you need and how you want it processed. The results of your query can be custom formatted in text-based output, or they can be persisted to more specialty targets like SQL, syslog, or a chart. Most software is designed to accomplish a limited number of specific tasks. Log Parser is different. The number of ways it can be used is limited only by the needs and imagination of the user. The world is your database with Log Parser. A tutorial, and another one, on using the SQL-like query language with CSV files I found using Google. Example query.
You can use ODBC to query text files. Accessing text files using ODBC Data Provider. Note that you don't need MS Access for this to work. The tutorial in the above link just uses MS Access to create the text file, but as you already have a text file, scroll down halfway, and start the tutorial where you see the title Accessing a Text File. Update. I created a DSN on a.csv file myself to be able to create this step-by-step tutorial. Here it comes. Make sure your .csv file is in its own directory without anything else. Open the ODBC Data Source Administrator, Start, Control Panel, Administrative Tools, Data Sources, ODBC, A. Go to the File DSN tab and click on Add, choose Microsoft Text Driver, star.txt, star.csv, from the list and click Next, give a name for your file data source, e.g., test, and click Next, click Finish. After this, a dialog will appear where the data source name and description fields are indeed grayed out. This is normal. No worries, uncheck the Use Current Directory checkbox. The Select Directory button will be enabled. Click the Select Directory button and navigate to the folder in which you placed your .csv file in the first step. Click on the Options button, click on the Define Format button. In the left Tables list, select your .csv file and click on the Guess button. This will analyze your CSV file and create an appropriate field for each column in your .csv file. Go through the generated columns, F1, F2, in the right list, Give them meaningful names and set the appropriate data type. Sometimes the guessing is not always right. Once everything is set up right, click OK 2 times. At this point you should have a file DSN with which you can access your .csv file through ODBC. If you inspect your folder where the .csv file is placed, you'll see a schema.ini file, which contains the config you just created. When you have multiple .csv files, each one corresponds with a table and each table will have a, or filename.csv, block in the schema.ini file in which the different columns are defined. You can also create or change that schema.ini file directly in a text editor instead of using the GUI described above. As for your extra question, how to connect to this ODBC provider using a query tool. I have a tool which I wrote myself long time ago which is not eligible for publication. But a quick Google search came up with ODBC View, a freeware tool which does what you want. I downloaded and installed the tool. After starting the tool, click on Data Source. Select your file data source which you created previously, e.g. test. In the query pane type, select asterisk from or filename.csv. Click Execute. You should see the contents of your .csv file in the lower pane now. Hope this helps. Let me know how you do or if you need further assistance.
I found that the simplest way to achieve this is to just use the built-in CSV import functionality of SQLite. Sklite 3 Database.sklite. Sklite.mode.csv. Sklite import Medata CSV. Now you have a working database that you can query however you like. I also found the performance of the above to be good. I just imported 3 million rows in 10 to 15 seconds.
I like using R to access CSV files in a fast way. While the language isn't directly SQL, you can do all those things with simple commands in R. R also provides you with the ability to make nice graphs and a lot of other power.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.